We do need to go to our A's and F's. Tara, we'll begin with your F.
My F goes to the Department of Justice for its investigation of the hiring practices of Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. Now, the Department of Justice is arguing that Johnson may have violated Title VII of the Civil Rights Act because of his hiring of African Americans. Now, you should be aware there was no complaint here. This came because Johnson had been invited to speak at an African American church by an African American minister about his department's policies. And that was one of the things that he brought up. And so it really makes me wonder, what is the government really doing if it has time to worry about this sort of thing?
Jenny.
So my F goes to Duolingo, the mobile app that helps users pick up Japanese or brush up on their French. Last week, the CEO announced the adoption of an AI-first strategy, including replacing contractors with AI to build instructional content faster and more cheaply. Despite intense backlash online, the CEO doubled down. Duolingo is one of a set of companies turning to AI to replace skilled workers, raising hard questions about what the economy and the labor force will look like in the next 5 years.
Ben.
My F is going to Orleans Parish Justice Center and Sheriff Susan Hudson. Due to lots of things in place and not in place, 10 prisoners were able to escape earlier this week. 3 of those are still at large. 5 are at large. 3 of the 5 that are at large were charged with murder. 1 of them was convicted of murder. The timeline on this is ridiculous. It took 8.5 hours before any authorities were alerted that they had escaped.
Chad.
My F goes to news that Union College has failed to meet enrollment targets for 2 years in a row and is now pulling millions of dollars from its endowment. The college cites decreased interest from international students, whereas credit rating agencies say Union is too generous with financial aid and has given it a negative outlook. That's probably all true, but in any case, Union is a great school and it needs to take hard steps now to protect its long-term viability.
Tara, A's.
My A goes to those neighbors helping neighbors in the small towns of Kentucky, which were devastated by last week's tornadoes. Americans have always helped one another after disasters, and the response in Kentucky is no different. From allowing one's garage to be used as a storage and staging facility to all of those individuals who came with their chainsaws, backhoes, and heavy-duty equipment. This is what really is about making America great.
Jenny.
So the medical profession has a long history of not taking women's pain seriously. But my A goes to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, who have called for better pain management for IUD insertions, cervical biopsies, and other medical treatments. Some women made visible their private pain on TikTok and on YouTube, prompting a broader public conversation about the abysmal state of pain management in this country. It's heartening to see that their efforts have made a difference.
Ben.
My A is going to a man named Andrew Smith. He utilized a drone to deliver a life-saving flotation device to a woman who was swept out in a riptide. A for saving that lady's life.
Chad.
My A goes to Giovanni, which broke ground on a new $1.2 billion state-of-the-art facility in Rome that'll produce 1 billion pounds of yogurt and related products. The project is all being funded by cash in hand and will create 1,000 full-time jobs near the former Griffiths Air Force Base. Incidentally, its founder and CEO is a Kurdish immigrant who left Turkey due to that country's oppression of its Kurdish minority. And so, David, I repeat the question to you. Should we welcome refugees?
Absolutely.